For the first 30 seconds of this video, imagine discovering that the Amazons of the Themyscira are not just noble warriors and symbols of truth, but guardians of secrets so disturbing that even the gods of Olympus prefer to look away. Because today you will uncover the hidden origins of the Amazons, the forbidden rituals that shaped their society, the brutal truths behind their immortality, and the dark reasons why the world of men was never meant to fully understand them, all leading to a final revelation that completely changes how you see Wonder Woman and her people forever. So stay until the very end, because nothing about the Amazons is as pure as it seems. The Amazons are often portrayed as flawless warriors, divine protectors, and enlightened beings who live in harmony on a paradise island hidden from the world. But when you dig beneath the polished marble temples and golden armor, you begin to realize that the Themyscira is less a paradise and more a beautifully disguised prison built on ancient secrets, divine bargains, and centuries of carefully controlled truth. Because perfection, especially in the DC universe, always comes at a terrifying cost. The first dark secret of the Amazons begins with their creation itself, because the story told to outsiders is that they were molded from clay by Queen Hippolyta and given life by the gods. A poetic and hopeful origin that sounds more like a bedtime story than a historical record, yet ancient texts buried deep within. The Themyscira suggests that the Amazons were born from betrayal, rage, and divine punishment, created as a response to humanity's worst crimes rather than its greatest virtues, meaning their existence was never meant to symbolize peace, but rather eternal vigilance and controlled wrath. These forgotten records imply that the Amazons were formed from the souls of women wronged, murdered, and silenced across history, souls bound together by the gods into immortal bodies not to heal them, but to weaponize their pain, turning suffering into strength and grief into discipline, which explains why Amazons are trained from childhood to suppress emotion, because unchecked memory could awaken something far more dangerous than anger, something that even the gods themselves feared. Another unsettling truth lies in the Amazon code of honor, which is often praised as absolute and incorruptible, yet in reality functions as a rigid system of control designed to maintain order through obedience, tradition, and isolation, ensuring that no Amazon ever questions the past too deeply or the future too boldly. Because questioning leads to curiosity, curiosity leads to doubt, and doubt could shatter the fragile balance holding the Themyscira together. The Themyscira's isolation from the world of men is not just about protection or cultural preservation, but about containment. Because the Amazons learned long ago that exposure to the outside world awakens memories and desires that challenge their carefully maintained harmony. And this is why exiled Amazons are treated not as explorers, but as potential threats, walking reminders of truths better left buried beneath sacred stone. One of the darkest secrets involves Amazon immortality, which is often framed as a divine blessing. Yet immortality without growth or change slowly becomes a curse, freezing society in an endless loop of tradition, where innovation is quietly discouraged and rebellion is subtly erased, meaning the Themyscira remains eternally beautiful but emotionally stagnant, a museum of perfection where nothing is allowed to truly evolve. Even the legendary Amazon training is not just about combat excellence, but psychological conditioning, shaping warriors who follow orders without hesitation and who believe absolutely in their mission. Because an army that never questions is far easier to control than one that thinks too deeply about why it fights. And this is perhaps the most uncomfortable truth of all, that the Amazons' greatest strength is also their greatest vulnerability. The role of the gods adds another layer of darkness, because Olympus did not create the Amazons out of compassion, but convenience, using them as eternal custodians of dangerous artifacts, forbidden knowledge, and world-ending secrets that the gods themselves refuse to destroy, effectively outsourcing responsibility while pretending to grant honor, turning the Themyscira into a divine storage vault disguised as paradise. This explains why certain relics are never spoken of, why entire sections of the Themyscira are forbidden even to its own people, and why the Amazons are trained not only to fight monsters, but to guard truths capable of unraveling reality itself, truths that could destroy the balance between gods, humans, and the universe if ever revealed. Wonder Woman's existence is the greatest crack in this carefully constructed illusion, because Diana represents change, empathy, and connection, qualities that threaten the static order of Amazon society. And while she is celebrated as their champion, her very presence challenges the foundations of everything the Themyscira stands for, making her both their greatest hope and their greatest risk. In many dark timelines and alternate futures, it is not an external enemy that destroys the Amazons, but truth itself, when secrets surface, loyalties fracture, and the realization dawns that paradise was never truly free, forcing Amazons to choose between obedience and identity, between tradition and self-discovery, a choice their society was never designed to handle. The final and most chilling secret is that the Amazons know this ending is possible, and perhaps inevitable, which is why they cling so desperately to tradition, isolation, and silence. Because as long as the truth remains buried, paradise can survive. But once the truth escapes the Themyscira, the Amazons will no longer be legends, they will be consequences. So the next time you see the Amazons standing tall as symbols of justice and strength, remember that behind every perfect warrior is a history written in shadows, a society built on sacrifice and secrets so dark that even the gods chose to hide them behind an island no one was meant to find. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden truths and want more deep dives into the darkest secrets of DC Comics, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with your theory about the Amazons, and share this video with a fellow DC fan. Because the nerd multiverse is only getting darker from here.